Collier, and I'm sorry, Bobby Steele. I mean, these guys are really the guys that deserve a lot of this. The obstacles that they overcome and what they've gone through is really just so superior to what, you know, all of us coaches go through. I just really like to give them a round of applause again. And just to make this really quick, I did think about this as this went on. I was trying to think over there, and it was kind of hard, and Leslie made it much more difficult with that speech. But there's kind of two things, the way I look at this. There are some things that we're just born into that we have, and one was the grace of God. I do believe the grace of God has enabled me to do some things, and my family. You know, my upbringing from my mom and dad, they did a pretty good job. So and my dad passed away 2 years ago, and my mom wasn't able to make it, but you know, I just think that. But even more so than that, I think it's the luck. I think a lot of us are just lucky to be at the right place at the right time. And for me, that was more than 30 years ago. It's been 31 years that I've been married to my wife, Cheryl. And without her, I mean, I think all coaches, we wouldn't be able to do this without, you know, somebody like that. And I thank her and appreciate everything she's done. She welcomed a lot of these kids into our home, and it just was a great experience to have. So, Cheryl, I love you, and thank you so much for what you've done. My kids, Leslie and Chris, they were both fortunate I was to have them run for me, and without my wife, biology lessons. My kids were able to run, you know, and that was the greatest time of coaching. You know, we had great success with teams. Leslie's team is still our only team from Elgin that ever girls team qualified for cross-country state meet. We edged out Mike Woolsey's team by 1 point for. Just wanted to let Mike know that. So, you know, I'm really, really fortunate for that. But also, I was very fortunate to have a couple athletes, and something about Mrs. Tori Wilson and Jean LeBron, two of the best athletes that ever come through Elgin High School. But just a side note, we had a dear friend and a fellow coach died a few years back, and I had to give the eulogy for Al Jackson. And when that was over, I mean, I thought the eulogy, it was hard to do, but I approached Jean and Tori and said, when I go, I want you to do my eulogy. So when I saw him here today, made it through. And the last but not least, Dan Davis, you need to come up here. I don't know if this has ever been done before, but Dan Davis, please come up here now. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to cut this thing in half some way, somehow. Because Dan, you know, I was very fortunate, like luck, having the luck of meeting my wife, having my kids, having great athletes, you know. Another athlete that we had, you know, track and field is so much fun. Cross country, Carl Brown. Carl Brown was an athlete of ours, and I could write a book on Carl Brown. Just Carl Brown. And when I started coaching, our program was kind of in shambles. We had one shot put and one discus, and it was an old wood disc, and the ring was coming out. And we didn't have a budget. And I'm like, wow, we got to do something about this. Carl was a thrower for us. After the first week, we came back, we had 2 shot puts and 3 discs. He told me it was in the back of the shed. I think by the end of the year, we had like 15 shots and 22 discs. But the kicker came, we had a dual meet at Lakeview, and there was a Lakeview hurdle on our bus. And I said, no, Carl, well, track. We took Carl Brown Carl Brown had never, we took him to the Bishop Foley Relays down in the Detroit area, and we spent the night. We took the whole team down there and spent the night down there. And Carl had never been in a shower. There was always a bathtub. If the shower was at the school, that was different. But when Carl got in the shower at the hotel that night, he let the shower curtain outside of the tub. When he took his half-hour shower, and the whole room was get 2 inches of what? So Carl, but then Carl was ranked number one in the world, or number one in the USA in the discus, through 222 feet, and missed the Olympics. I forget which year it was. It was either 2000, 2004, 2000. He missed the Olympic. He was fourth at the Olympic trials, and he was season number one going in. But Carl was a big guy. He's down in Georgia now. But Dan Davis, Dan is my twin brother from a different mother. Dan came 97, and I mean, at that point our programs really started to take off because we think exactly the same, and there's never any question with the kids. Like if they try playing one coach athletic, it doesn't work. The story that Dan will remember this too. We had a young man who was on a state champion relay, good sprinter, had a habit of just being, 30 seconds late for practice, and that drives us crazy. You're on the track every day. That's one of the things you have to do. You have to be there on time. And Daniel Clark would show up 30 seconds late, 40 seconds late. We just lost it. We said, all right, that's it. Look, we're pulling you out of we pull him out of the 4x2 relay and says, you're running the open 800. He's a sprinter. You're running the open 800. Daniel Clark, though, and Daniel went into the Army. He served four tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. He's still in there. He's, he's stationed, great guy. But Daniel had gone to the bathroom and he missed the 800. And he came running out. He was like, Coach, we're both there. Coach, sorry, I was in the bathroom, missed the 800. We did not miss a beat. 2 miles. So, and he ran it. He ran the whole 2 miles, and he wasn't late for practice ever again. I just, there's just, Randy, you said, there are just, every track coach, I think, could write a book if you've been at it long enough. And I've just been fortunate to be at a great school, and we've had great success, and really been blessed. And I thank you for this award, but I really, Dan Davis, too. I'm going to split it with him. Thank you very much.